week 4 of the fantasy basketball season on its way. And here's a few centers I would sell off this week. The first guy is Chris Boucher, the Toronto Raptors. And Boucher, he's playing lights out. I'm going to give him that. He was a sleeper this year in fantasy leagues, and he's shattering the ceiling now. And this guy, he's been having a good season. His Boucher on the season, 14.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, an assist a game, 2.6 blocks. But this week he even had a better week, 16.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, an assist, 3.3 blocks, including a 6-block game versus Golden State on January 10th. So Boucher, he's playing lights out. Toronto, they gave him an extension for a reason, and he's been pretty good this season, I'm not going to lie, but right now, ranked number 21 in 9-cat leagues, I think you could definitely sell him high and get something good for him, because Boucher, I don't know if he's going to keep up these blocks per game. His three-point shooting's been pretty solid as well. We're hitting 3 in last night's game and 2.8 in the last week for him, and 57% from the field. So Boucher, his numbers are crazy. They're real good right now, but I don't know if he's going to keep up these stats, and he's a player, if the right deal comes along, I would trade him off at center. The second guy's Jonas Valanciunas of the Memphis Grizzlies, and Valanciunas, he's been pretty solid this year for this Grizzly team that's struggling in the season, but his average is 14 points a game, 10 rebounds, 1.9 assists, a block a game, 75% from the foul line, and 52% from the field. So Valanciunas, this guy's a walking double-double, but besides that, he don't do much of anything else. His field goal percentage for a big man ain't that great. You would think it's a little better than that. He don't hit three-pointers, and he don't block shots. So Valanciunas, he'll definitely help in points, rebounds, and he's a decent free throw shooter, 75% from the line. But I think you could use these double-doubles to his advantage, and you could get rid of him in a package deal. Him and someone else you package for something better, because Valanciunas, he's only really helping in 2 or 3 categories in cat leagues and points leagues, obviously, when there's 6 or 7 other categories you play. So I would sell him off at center. The next guy's Christian Wood of the Houston Rockets, and Wood, he's been a monster as well this season. But I don't know if Wood will get any better or he'll fall off as well. Wood on the season, 23 points a game, 9.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 2 blocks a game. He's adding 1.1 threes, 54%, and from the foul line, 71%, which ain't all that great. But Christian Wood, he's scoring the basketball a lot over there. But I think the more James Harden could get things going for this team, and John Wall getting healthier and knowing the system more, same with DeMarcus Cousins, I think those guys, they're going to take some scoring away from Christian Wood, and I don't think Wood will finish the season with 23 points a game. I could see him fall off to about 18 or 20 points a game, which is still pretty solid. And also his rebounding, I think that's a little bit fluky as well at 9.7. Well, last season he was at 6.3. So Wood, he's been great in fantasy so far. I thought he wouldn't be putting up these big numbers, but right now is the time to sell him off here. He's ranked number 52 overall in 9-cat leagues, and I just can't see him keeping up this high rate of production. The next center I would trade off this week's Jared Allen of the Brooklyn Nets. And Allen, another player who's a walking double-double, and he's had some big games over the last week or 2 here for the Nets, is Allen. And in the last week, his averages are 15 points, 11 boards, 1.3 blocks a game. He's giving you 3 assists, 75% from the field, 73% from the line. And on the season, 11 and 11 he's averaging, 1.5 blocks, 76% from the line, and 69% from the field. So Allen, he's really balling out. The Nets finally woke up and put him in the starting lineup with an expanded role, and DeAndre Jordan to a backup and a minimum role. But Allen, he's ranked number 32 in 9-cat leagues, and his value's skyrocketing right now. And I think he's a player I would trade off, because Kevin Durant's back now for this Net team. He's going to take away some rebounds and obviously scoring, even with Kyrie Irving out for who knows how long. Kevin Durant back in the lineup, he's going to make everyone's numbers go down. And Allen, I think he's going to take a hit a little bit. So right now, I think it would be the time to trade him off high. Obviously, you're not just going to dump him. These guys I'm saying to sell high is you're using their high rankings early in the year and sell them off because I don't think these guys are going to keep their numbers up. And Allen, his rebounds, 11 a game, I don't know if he'll keep it up. Fifth and final center I would sell off is Miles Turner, the Indiana Pacers. Turner, he's been on this list a lot now over the last few weeks, but Turner, his production, I think it's just not that great, and they're ranking him number 8 in non-cat leagues, and on the season, 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks a game, which really pushes up his value, 1.5 steals, 1.3 assists, and 1.2 threes a game, 47% from the field, and 80% from the line. So Miles Turner, the block shots a game, they're out of control at 4. But this player right now, he's not producing really, scoring the basketball or rebounding. He's pretty much just helping you with blocks. So if someone wants blocks, you sell them off. And this ranking at number 8 is way too crazy in my opinion for a player only averaging 11 and 6 with decent stat lines. But the 4 blocks, obviously it stands out. But I'd rather have other categories to stack up on one except just blocks. So Miles Turner, if you have him and owners want him, even though his stat lines, like I said, don't look that impressive, but the number 8 season rank is which could be the selling point for you of getting rid of Turner. So that's a few centers I would sell off here in week 4 of the fantasy basketball season.